Hello everybody, welcome back to a new Transformers toy review. I'm Autocon, and this is Transformers Studio Series, Transformers 1, Starscream. I know it's a little long, Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Movie 1, Starscream. But we finally have Transformers 1, newest figure, which is Starscream. I think they could have done a little better, but he's still a good looking figure, considering that I believe they're all trying to have them around the Deluxe and the Voyager class for them to all be the same kind of scale. So I think they did a good job. I know Skywarp and Thundercracker do have a different face and head sculpt, I believe, but they're still essentially the same plane. But I do like this plane, you know. He does look Starscream, you know, retaining the Starscream accuracy and all that stuff. Let's take a closer look. He does seem to have like some paint job problems right there on my copy. Yeah, my copy has some paint job problems right here, so it kind of sucks. So if we take a look at the figure, it looks like the colors are like, it's not a silver like we're used to with Starscream. It's kind of like a brownish, tannish kind of, with the yellow, with the orange right here, and the blue and a red, like a metallic red, if I'm being honest. But I don't know my colors, to be honest with you guys. But overall it still looks good. The paint job is really good. Mine is missing the paint right here, so yeah. The head sculpt looks a little weird, you know. I think he looks a little weird, just the face part. The whole side of the head and the whole other stuff is pretty good, but the inside of it, like the lips and the face, it looks weird to me. So yeah, but yeah, he looks pretty good. Accessories, he does come with this gun, semi gun, not really a gun, because this piece is part of the toy like plane mode, and then this is just this is supposed to be his gun, and then this is supposed to be part of the plane. But you can't peg this to the guy, so you gotta peg this with this in order for you to form this weird gun, which is kind of dumb, but it's like whatever. He does come with his little typical Starscream side missiles right here, so these look pretty cool as guns. So yeah, I dig it. That looks pretty cool. And then we're just gonna put these back here, and then just kind of put this to the side, and then we'll take a look at the articulation. Now, first of all, it doesn't have ankle tilted, so it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. But like I said, some Studio Series figures don't have ankle tilted and some do, and that kind of sucks, because now that's like a general thing for Studio Series and Kingdom, Age of Primes, Earthrise, Siege, all those figures had an ankle tilted. So kind of sucks. Like, kind of ankle tilted has become a norm for Transformers figures right now, so it kind of sucks when there's no ankle tilted on a figure. So, but again, what can you do? So yeah, there's no really ankle tilted, and I'm scared to break it. So yeah, articulation on the head sculpt. He does have a ball joint, so he can look 360. Look up, down, and then he can kind of look up, like he can look all the way up. So that's a thing, you know. Arms can go out that much. They can do a 360 if you kind of move the wing out of the way, but he can do it because it's on a ball joint. The arms doesn't have a swivel, but it's a little tight in there, so yeah. Bend on the arm can go out that much, like it can go in that much, which is actually pretty good. There's no back bending, so it's fine. He does not, does he have a, no, he does not have no swivel on the hand. So same thing with the other one, it can go out that much, bend on the arm, and then swivel on the arm, which is a little tight. I know I saw on Twitter that people were hating on him, but I kind of like it. Legs can go out that much. Just gotta be careful, because then it unpegs everything. So they can go out that much, and it can go back that much. So it's pretty good. And then you have some nice bend on the knee, which is right here. And then, so he can just kind of be like, you know, he's flying like that. So he's pretty solid. He's pretty good. I'm not complaining. And then he does have some movement on the wings because they're on a ball joint, which is pretty weird to me, having Starscream with wings on ball joints. I don't remember there's a figure with wings with ball joints. Actually, I think Transformers Prime Beast Hunters have ball joint on the wings. I'm not sure. Can't remember right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can get some nice poses with it. So, but no ankle tilted, which kind of sucks. So kind of left off with that nice bad ankles. So for transformations, pretty good. It's pretty interesting, actually. Oops. But I will suggest to remove these pieces to make things easier. We'll just put them to the side. There we go. First thing you're gonna do is gonna be the wings. We'll do the wings first. We're gonna open these. Yes, they do fold in, which is pretty interesting. Then we're gonna do that. And then we're just gonna rotate it. Bring them back and then just rotate it. There's a lot of big mess right here, but we'll figure it out right now. I'll show you guys. Now, second we're gonna do is just unpeg this part. I'm gonna bring this whole section out, and then he also has the little pointy thingy from the plane right there. And then you're just gonna lift this up, and then good. Gotta bring that up. And then we're just gonna bring this whole great. Now it unpegged. Whatever. So we're supposed to bring this whole section down. And then let me peg this back first. So this piece goes all the way in, but you're supposed to bring it out, but it's kind of hard. If I'm being honest, you could get confused. I still get it confused, and I already had the figure for like 3 days. You're gonna clip that in there, and then you can bring this whole section up, and then it looks kind of cool. But yeah, and then you're just gonna bring this whole section like that. This is gonna be the whole front of the plane, and then you can bring this up. Well, you have to unpeg these. Sorry, I still get confused with this figure. And bring these out, and then you're gonna bring this up, and this is where you have to peg this piece right here, just like that, and then you just bring the head sculpt back in there. Now when you have this mess right here, whatever is going on, I suggest that you just do these back, just like that. You can tell by the clip right here, it's outside when it's in robot, and when it's in vehicle, it's supposed to go in there. So right now that you have this, just kind of move some clearance right here, and then just kind of have these just go back in there. Just kind of, because later on you're supposed to have these peg into the wings, which is very uncomfortable to do once you've done everything else. So now we can just kind of align these with these pieces right here, and then this will clap in. We'll just plug in there and just clap everything together right there. Now we can go back right here to legs. Legs will just open this piece, and then we can just bring these back down, and then we'll just move the arms to the front, just like that. And then what you're gonna do is just bring these back in, and then they have right here in their butt cheeks, they have a peg right here in the butt cheeks and the glutes, Cybertronian glutes, and then you're just gonna peg that there right there. Okay. And then you also have to make sure that this piece kind of goes in there, so right there, just like that. And just kind of annoying because this thing is on a ball joint, so it kind of tends to rotate. There we go. Same thing on the other one. Just gonna do that like that. There we go. First time I get that on the first try, to be honest. And then we also got to peg these together, which I think they are. And then you can just bring these pieces back in there. And then they do peg right there and then right there. Boop. And there we go. And then you just bring these up and then they just peg there. Man, stupid wings. Just like that. And then you can bring the arms. Oh, I forgot. Bring these back up. And then just kind of go in there. And then for the arms, you can finally bring them up, and they will peg right here. You see how these two holes are right there? Well, not holes, but the two pegs. They're gonna peg literally right here on these two things right here. Just gonna bring them, make sure. Wait. There we go. Which is pretty weird, but it works. And then just like that. And then for the wings, we're just gonna wait for it right now. And these pieces right here, you're just gonna open. Just like that. It's on the shoulders. It's pretty annoying and weird at the first time, but you're just gonna grab it from right here. Just where the whole kind of filter looks like a filter or whatever. Just gonna open that piece up, just like that. And then we can bring the whole gun section again, which is kind of annoying. And then just unpeg it. And then it pegs in a weird way. So, I think it's like this. That pegs right here. Let me see if I got that right. Nope. Does it go like this? Nope. It does go like that though. And then what it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to go like that. For some reason, my figure doesn't want to peg right now. Oh well. We'll continue. The wings are just gonna peg right here. Great. I'm gonna rotate them and peg them right here. And this guy will just tap right there in the wings. Just kind of right there. There we go. There we go. They go like that because there's a tab right here under the wing. That's what keeps it together right there. My question is, what the hell? Yeah, because then it goes like that. There we go. I think I know why. Because they're not supposed to... Yeah. Because then the freaking guns right here are supposed to make it look nice. Yep. And then this goes just like that. And now I can bring this gun right here. Yep. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. So make sure that the hole is facing down, not all the way, just down like that. That's how you know the pieces are right. And the gun will just simply peg with that piece right there. It's just gonna peg right there, and then you're just gonna bring this whole section together and just kind of bring them there together, and boom. And then you can just bring this piece right here, just like that. Sorry. Now I got it. There we go. And then we have Starscream as a spaceship. This thing looks really, really nice. I do like it. It looks exactly like the movie. The only problem is this piece right here, and no ankle tilted, and the hands are kind of showing. But then again, it's a deluxe class, so it doesn't really matter. I think Megatron also has that issue too. I have him right there too as well. So far the Transformers 1 have been pretty decent figures. You know, some minor issues, but overall they're still pretty good looking. So, yeah. I can't wait for Alita 1. She looks really simple though, so hopefully she's not. So now for transformation, I'm going to transform this guy back. Now here's something that I want to show first. So for this piece, it's a little tricky. It might get annoying if I'm being honest. You're going to have to bring this whole section down, because then this is on another piece right here. And then you can just kind of bring this just like that. And then you'll bring this whole section back up. Just like that. Just like that. Bring this just like that. And then keep in mind that these two are different pieces. So this can just kind of bend in there. And then this just gonna just bend it all that. And then just kind of go like that. Just like that. And then you'll have the perfect chest right there. And then boom, you bring this back down. And then these pieces have to go up again, because then when you bring this whole thing, it'll peg right here to the pieces, right here to the back piece, right here. And then you're just gonna fold these back in there, just like that, which looks really, really good right there. Oh, really good in there. There we go. And we were supposed to rotate these guys, and then bring these wings down, just like that. Rotate these guys as well. Boom, 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 boom. Rotate it, rotate, rotate, rotate. And there we have Starscream. Transformers 1 Starscream. He is a little weird on the leg side with no ankle tilted, which is really annoying. So, yeah. Why does he look crooked though? What am I doing wrong? Right? Oh, there we go. That's why he was crooked. No, he's still crooked though. Because if I have the legs... Oh yeah, there we go. There he goes. Yep. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then I like to leave this piece here. It looks good. But then you don't have nowhere to put the gun. So that kind of sucks. So you can just do that as weapon storage. So, yeah. He does look crooked though. Why is he looking crooked? Oh well. So there's that. Here we have Transformers Studio Series Megatron from Transformers 1. Looks a little goofy, but he still looks good. They look good together. I would be hurt if they give us a more better of this guy, or a 2-pack with Orion packs and more with his Decepticon symbol. So hopefully they don't do that. And here is Orion packs, or Optimus Prime in that one right there. He does look pretty good. They do look good, pretty good together with the scale and everything. I also have Sentinel. And Bumblebee. Bumblebee, of course, being the smallest out of all of them, but Bumblebee is a pretty good figure, by the way. And Sentinel is pretty big, so they all look good very well in all this scale. Can't wait for Alita. Hopefully Alita is a little better than Starscream, considering that Starscream's kind of... He's good. I just hate that there's no ankle tilted, and then the whole mess with the wings and the chest is a little annoying. Other than that, they do a pretty good representation of the triangle-ish plane. But yeah, pretty good figure. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.